So let me ask you something. Has anyone ever told you that you're just too sensitive, or that you think too much, or that you really need to grow a thicker skin? Well, for the next few minutes, let's just throw that whole idea out the window. Because what if being sensitive isn't some kind of flaw you need to fix, but actually a feature, something to be understood?
You know what I'm talking about, right? That 60-second ad with a lost puppy comes on and boom, you genuinely feel a lump in your throat. Or maybe you go to a party for just an hour and afterwards you feel so drained you just need to hide in a quiet room for the rest of the night. If any of that sounds even vaguely familiar, well, you're in exactly the right place.
Now let's get one thing straight right from the start. This has absolutely nothing to do with being weak. It's about your biology. It just means your nervous system is, well, it's calibrated to a different frequency, a more detailed one. Your brain is simply wired to experience the world in high def.
Okay, so let's dive into the mechanics of all this, because there is some really fascinating science that explains exactly why you feel things so deeply. This isn't just some personality quirk, it's a real neurological thing.
This is probably the most important thing to get. It's not that sensitive people feel more than everyone else. It's that their brain takes in the exact same information, the same sights, sounds, social cues, and just processes it all way, way deeper. It's like your brain doesn't just read the headline. It stops to analyze every single word of the article.
So where does this actually come from? Well, it's that classic mix of nature and nurture. A huge chunk of it, maybe up to half, is literally written into your DNA. Then, that genetic tendency gets shaped by your experiences as a kid, and it's all amplified by a nervous system that's just naturally more reactive to, well, to everything.
And get this, we can actually see this happening in brain scans. There are specific parts that are just working overtime. Your insula, for example, think of it as your brain's empathy center. It's super aware of what's going on in your own body and the feelings of people around you. Then you've got your ACC, which is like a little distress detector. It immediately picks up when someone else is having a hard time. And your mirror neurons, they're like emotional Wi-Fi. You walk into a room and you just instantly download the mood.
I love this metaphor because it just nails the experience perfectly. A regular microphone, it might just pick up the main speaker's voice, but your brain, this high-end microphone, it picks up the speaker, the hum from the lights, that quiet little cough in the back row, and the subtle emotional vibe of every single word. It's an amazing tool for perception, but yeah, it's also really prone to that screechy feedback and getting overloaded.
So we've kind of covered the how of it all, but let's switch gears and talk about the why. Because this trait, it isn't just something you have to manage, it is a vital asset. It's your hidden superpower, and honestly, it has a real purpose.
Just look at these numbers. We're talking about roughly 1 in every 5 people. This isn't some rare thing. It's a significant, stable minority in the population. And what's really wild is that scientists have found this exact same ratio in over 100 other species, from fish to birds to primates. And let me tell you, evolution does not keep a trait around for that long across that many species by accident. There's a really good reason for it.
And here's that reason. Throughout human history, sensitive people have been the group's early warning system. They were the ones who noticed that subtle change in the wind that meant a storm was coming. They're the natural diplomats and counselors, the ones who build deep social bonds. They're the artists, the thinkers, the people who create culture. They're the signal readers who pick up on all the nonverbal stuff that everyone else just misses. You can really see the value when you just imagine 2 different worlds for a second. A society made up of only bold, risk-taking people might get a lot done, sure, but it would probably lack compassion, art, and the ability to see long-term consequences. But a society that includes sensitive people, well, that's more balanced. You have the engine and you have the conscience. You have the innovators, but you also have the people asking, yeah, but what happens next?
Okay, so here's the crucial point. This is not about becoming less sensitive. It's not about growing that thicker skin everyone talks about. It's about becoming a skilled architect of your own life, about designing an environment where your system can actually thrive instead of just, survive. This right here is the fundamental shift you have to make. Your goal isn't to learn how to just take more. It's to intentionally cut down on the static, the noise, the overwhelming input, so that your real strength, that incredible depth of processing, has room to actually show up.
So how do we actually do this? Let's break it down into 4 basic rules. Number 1, be the bouncer for your own mind. Seriously.
Curate what you watch, what you read, who you spend your time with. Number 2, all those intense emotions, that's energy. Give it somewhere to go. Write, paint, play an instrument, build something. Don't just let it swirl around inside you. 3, and this is a big one, learn to tell the difference between your feelings and the ones you're just absorbing from other people. And finally, number 4, try to align your life with your nature. Look for roles, for work that rewards thoughtfulness, not just breakneck speed.
And this is a great illustration of how small, practical shifts can change absolutely everything. Instead of stacking your day with nonstop meetings, just build in 15 minutes of quiet time in between to reset. Turn off all those constant phone notifications and decide when you want to check in. I mean, these aren't just little life hacks. For a sensitive nervous system, these are non-negotiable survival strategies.
Okay, and we have to talk about something that's a really common and often really misunderstood part of the sensitive experience, and that's tears. For a lot of us, it can feel like this embarrassing glitch in the system, but we really need to start seeing it differently.
I really want you to let this sink in. Crying is not a bug, it is a feature. It is your body's amazing built-in way of releasing overwhelming energy, whether it's sensory or emotional. It is physical proof that you are deeply connected to the world around you. It's a sign that your system is working perfectly, not that it's broken. So after going through all of this, what's the one big idea to carry with you as you go about the rest of your day? Just remember this. The problem isn't you. It's the mismatch between your finely tuned system and a world that often values being loud over being nuanced. You don't need to change who you are at your core. You just need to honor the way you were built.
So I'll leave you with this question. Not something to think about tomorrow or next week, but right now, today. What is one small, deliberate choice you can make to turn the world's volume down just a little bit and turn the clarity of your own inner world up? Maybe it's just taking 5 minutes of quiet. Maybe it's unfollowing one stressful account on social media. Or maybe it's just giving yourself permission to feel whatever you're feeling without judgment. The real power is in creating a world that fits you, not forcing yourself to fit the world.